Greetings and welcome back to my channel, Meta Messiah. And today we're going to be talking about Kanagawa Nami, Okinami, my favorite topic of discussion, one of my favorite crypto token DeFi mystery stories of all time. Well, as of this morning around 5 a.m. Central Standard Time, United States time, the liquidity pool unlocked. And from all audits and appearances that we can get off DEX tools that I've seen, there is no liquidity lock. It's not burned, although the quick intel link on there indicates 100% burned. I don't know if that's accurate. It does indicate there's no LP lock. And so that makes me question the quick intel link. Simply because if it expires and you don't relock it, it might just reflect that it's burned. We've been through a lot, those of us in the Okinami community, in terms of just wondering what this is all about. It's been quite an obsession or passion for many of us, and that's great. To have passion for something, a lot of people, I think, have also been psychologically worn out. The questions, the wonders, the doubts, the narrative is one of complete, I would say more than just mystery, but an enigma. Okay, unexplainable things, and I would call it an enigma that I haven't really seen in anything else. But we've all been through a lot of rug pulls. We have all been through a lot of scams. Those that have been in crypto since 2020, 2021 can testify to the fact that they've been screwed over or fleeced of their money, their hard-earned money they put into this. Never put in more than you can afford to lose. But, no one likes to lose. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm just telling a story. And I've been following the story of Okinami for quite some time. And this is in my opinion, turning point, a new chapter in the Okinami story, because it's been over a year since its release, July of 2022. And nothing's happened since November, December of 2022. We're closing in on a year. It's gonna be a year soon enough. Perhaps nothing happens. Perhaps something does. We don't know. It matters because you're invested in it. It matters because your heart and your mind are invested in it, not just your resources. I would say at this point in time, the most compelling case for Okinami is the fact that there's $130,000 in a liquidity pool, and yet the dev has not pulled it. I've seen a lot of scams. I've seen a lot of rugs. I don't know of any. I truly do not know of any that are true scams that would just leave that in there. And I saw some people in the community are like, well, maybe they just forgot about it, or maybe. I doubt that. It's very, very seldom that somebody forgets about that much value or convertible to fiat. This is not chump change. Is it a plan to release something like a layer 2 or some technology or new crypto utility in relation to the surge? Well, that's the message we got. The surge. And the surge is just kind of starting. Denkun is not here yet. EIP 4844 going to be a very big, my understanding, 3 to 4 year update for Ethereum to reach the goal of 100,000 transactions per second. And mass adoption is right around the corner. BlackRock, Grayscale, all these, ETFs that are on hold for Bitcoin, if all that money does dump into Bitcoin, that rains through the crypto universe, so to speak. And it's so close yet so far. The SEC has been a problem. But the XRP lawsuit's over with for the most part. It's an appeal, but it's kind of a moot point now. The SEC lost its lawsuit, and things are going to move on. There's going to be ETFs. SEC's just delaying the inevitable. And they're doing it to allow banks and the United States government time to prepare itself for CBDC creation and their own blockchain solutions. That's the future, though. The blockchain and tokenization of wealth, tokenization of value, modicum of exchange is where we're headed from digital money. We went from the gold and silver we used to trade, to paper money backed by gold, to paper money backed in full faith and credit of the United States government, to digital money on credit cards and debit cards and the internet economy, and now the Web3 blockchain economy, which is just another, it's like an evolution of the internet, of where the internet has taken us, the World Wide Web, and getting rid of the middleman so that transactions can take place fast, reliably, secured, and hopefully at lower cost. And people are very excited for this, but the banks, I think, are very trepidatious, of course, over this, because they could get replaced by decentralized financial institutions or other crypto-related institutions like XRP or something like that. You know, something on a bigger scale like that. I don't want to dwell on this too long. I want to bring it back to Okinami. I saw somebody in one of the groups mention, well, you know, we don't really know anything. I've lost my faith. I've lost my hope, but I'm not going to sell. And said something to the fact of, you know, anybody could reproduce these results with the blockchain to source back to the Genesis wallet, the Ethereum Genesis wallet. That's, I think, a bad skeptical attitude. You're not looking at what you know and don't know if you're taking that position, and you're not looking at the evidence. Again, go back to the evidence. The people in the Okinami research group, in the Okinami main chat, have more than beaten a dead horse, I think, analyzing the blockchain evidence. It's not that it's just a connection to the ETH Genesis wallet. It's more than just a deployer wallet for Okinami that goes back 4 or 5 years now, for 40 days before the Shiba Inu wallet. It is a dynamic and sophistication of moving Ethereum. We've seen wallets connected to Ethereum devs, big wallets with millions in Ethereum, and the testing of things, Goreli testnet, so on. A testing for what? We don't know. But there's something happening here that makes it more than a meme coin, makes it more than a community token. And the fact that it's labeled now the Surge token really makes me wonder and think that all this waiting really is because we haven't seen what's coming out in the Surge yet. And when Ethereum's ready to do what they do on their side, this developer, which could be connected to Ethereum, we don't know. Maybe they're just very technological and have been following EIP 4844, the Surge, and what Ethereum's been doing, and realizing that there needs to be a solution to lower gas costs and to increase transaction speed. And it could just be a third-party developer that is very keen and aware of EIP 4844 and the Surge, and that white paper roadmap has something in it with respect to that, which is dependent on EIP 4844 rolling out and doing its thing, which requires updating your 2022-2023 roadmap. The surge was delayed. And it's now happening last quarter 2023. It's going to probably be a big topic in 2024. And I think Okinami is going to be a big topic in 2024. And the reason I think that is because there's nothing else on the market like this that has any tangible or even implied, as far as being a new enterprise, a new DeFi token, anything new in the space to achieve the goals of the surge. With the imagery imputed in it from the Great Wave off Kanagawa, the painting, Hokusai's painting, it's imbued on this thing in a inextricable way as far as all the imagery is concerned. This wave, this surge, I mean, it baffles me. It's an enigma. And why would they go about it this way? Why would you do a token like this? Well, you wouldn't do a scam like this. It makes no sense to do a scam like this. The dev could have pumped the token way higher, okay, just by a message 2 days ago, 3 days ago. He could have gotten this thing probably quite high and then pull it. You know, nobody who's scamming does things like this. It's too much work, too much time. So that leads me to my final point. If it's not a scam, then it must be something special. And I think the people who are in the Okinami community, in the group that are still holding on and have faith, these are special people. Because, yeah, nobody holds on to something like this without some strong level of faith. You have to have some level of faith. I mean, people go out and degen into things like Pepe. They'll degen into things like Shiba Inu, like back in the day. They'll go into something they know absolutely nothing about, buy a meme coin, shit coin, get rugged in most cases, or make a lot of money like in Pepe, which is one of thousands. And yet, when it comes to Okinami and what this is, I mean, you're choosing one or the other. And I've seen so many people choose just crappy tokens, and I've done it myself. Ooh, that token looks like it could be a big one. That's a gamble. It's a risk. Don't put in more than you can lose. You put it in, you lose everything. Be like, okay, oh well, lost some money. Just, don't ever put in more than you can lose. Again, not financial advice. Just telling a story here for entertainment. But if you invested in Okinami and it is something special, I mean, they talk about climbing up to Mount Kailash, the impossible climb. They talk about the patient fisherman catching the biggest fish. Who knows what this is, but in my opinion, this could be the patient fisherman's catch of the century. The patient fisherman's treasure, like Urashima Taro, the imagery we see with the Okinami Twitter account, or X account now at this point. And what it is, in the end, we don't know, but we saw the pictures of somebody who knows Vitalik Buterin standing at the same spot the two were at, I believe, on the West Coast somewhere, a connection to Osaka, at the DevCon in San Francisco back in 2022. And when we saw the first talk of EIP 4844 and the surge and the new ETH roadmap, the biggest controversy probably is, did Vitalik Buterin tweet first and then the surge message came out on the blockchain, or was it the other way around? I think they're probably very close in time, maybe one ahead of the other by who knows, but most likely it was Vitalik posting and the dev saying, that's my cue, I'm going to post that on the blockchain. I'm not going to reveal this until he does. And the surge is still represented by the wave, and the wave has been depicted in all kinds of Ethereum literature and online internet publications and so on and so forth. We've seen a lot with the great wave off Kanagawa and Hokusai's art, the imagery of the wave, the imagery of this art piece. One of the most iconic art pieces and prints of all time, have you? I'm not exaggerating there. Hokusai's art is very iconic. And so this dev is very aware of iconography and very aware of the power of it. It has over 2,000 people on a Telegram, many of whom are regulars who stick around talking about this token. And I see no reason to urge or push the dev to say anything. The dev is going to say something when the time is right. Okay? I don't think people really understand what patience means. Patience is a prayer, especially over something you have zero control over yourself. Just let it go. Whatever it is now is meant to happen when it happens. Just let it be. I've ran over 15 minutes. I think it's long enough to talk about this, but I'm holding strong. Hopefully others are going to hold strong. Tokens I have are safely staying where they're at. And I have great faith in it. I mean, I do. I have faith in it because of the evidence and because of what hasn't happened, not just what has happened. And the fact that the liquidity pool is still there. It's safely in there for the time being. Although not secured by a lock, we don't know what's going to happen next, and that's fine. Just like the men in the boat, the fishermen in the boat, they did not know what was going to happen next. Yet they had faith, and they stared at Mount Fuji and said a prayer. Please get me back home safely. I think the dev's going to bring us home, guys. I think the dev is going to bring us home. Just be patient, wait. Patience, patience, patience. Some people wait half a lifetime for something. Can you wait a little while longer? I don't think it's going to be another year. So, at any rate, thanks for watching. Hope you like the video. Hope you like the content. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next time.